Every single day you're faced with a choice: fold or fight. And most people, they fold. They talk big, dream big, but never move. This video isn't for them. It's for the ones ready to rise, the ones done settling. If you're serious about leveling up your mindset, your discipline, your life, hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the fire we drop here every single week. Now lock in, because what you're about to hear might just change everything. Section 1. The choice you make. Each morning, every single morning, before the world even knows you're awake, you make the most important decision of your life. Not once a year, not on January 1st. Every single day. The second your alarm goes off, you either choose progress or comfort. That choice defines everything. Most people hit snooze not just on their alarms, but on their lives. They fall into routine, living days that look just like the last, secretly hoping for change without ever making one. They dream big, but act small. They write goals, but never execute. They say someday, like it's a destination. It's not. We're raised on the lie that motivation is what starts the engine. But here's what high performers know. Motivation is unreliable. It shows up when it wants, and it disappears when you need it most. Waiting to feel ready is like waiting for lightning to strike the same place twice. Real growth happens when you move forward in spite of the resistance, not in the absence of it. The ones who win in life are those who don't wait for the perfect conditions. They create progress in imperfect moments. They stop waiting for life to hand them momentum and learn to generate it on their own. Every morning offers a blank page, but most people recycle yesterday's script. They wake up already defeated, stuck in thought patterns that limit action and drain energy. But you don't have to live like that. Your future is not built in grand gestures. It's built in daily choices. That one decision to rise early, to train, to read, to execute. That's how the gap between where you are and where you want to be begins to close. No one drifts into excellence. It's climbed toward one intentional action at a time. And here's the punchline. That choice is always yours. No one can make it for you. No one can walk your path, fight your battles, or do your reps. That level of ownership isn't just empowering, it's non-negotiable. The day you stop outsourcing responsibility is the day you start reclaiming your power. So the real question is, what kind of life will you choose today? Section 2. The price of the life you want. Everyone wants the victory, but not everyone's willing to walk through the fire to get it. They say they want greatness, but when it demands sacrifice, when it demands blood, sweat, and solitude, they vanish. They want the trophy, but not the training, the transformation, but not the discomfort. The truth? Life doesn't hand out success like candy. It's earned, always. And the cost? It's high. It requires more than talent or talk. It requires resilience on the days you feel broken, when everything in you screams to quit, but you don't. That's where it counts. That's where you're shaped. Not in the easy, but in the pressure. Diamonds are made in the dark, and that darkness, it's going to visit you. You'll feel invisible, misunderstood, isolated. That's not failure. It's confirmation. The higher you rise, the thinner the air gets, the fewer people you'll find beside you. Most can't handle the climb. That's why so few make it. But that's not your concern. You're not here to be understood. You're here to build something real. If you're constantly seeking approval, you'll stay chained to mediocrity. Let the world misunderstand you while you stay focused. Let them laugh while you level up, because your life doesn't belong to them. It's yours. And the moment you decide it's worth the pain, everything changes. Mediocrity is always on sale. It's cheap, easy, and popular. It looks like sleeping in when you promised yourself an early start. It sounds like just this once when discipline is inconvenient. And it feels like comfort, but it comes at the cost of your potential. So if you want more, if you crave a life of meaning, not just maintenance, you have to rise when it's hard. Show up when no one else does. Keep going when the applause stops. No easy path leads to a life that matters. There are no elevator rides to excellence, only steps. Thousands of them, taken in silence, taken in pain. But every step forward makes you stronger. And when the question comes, what if I fail? You answer it with courage, because failure isn't final. It's not a dead end. It's a detour. Ask any champion, any builder, Any high performer. They all stumbled, they all broke, and they all got back up. If you're not failing, you're playing small. If you're not afraid, you're not stretching. And if you can't look in the mirror and say, "I'm proud of the life I'm building," then you know exactly where to start. Not with dreams, but with decisions. Dreams don't create futures. Discipline does. So write your story with action, not intention. Let every chapter be one of effort, not excuse. Fear or fight. You decide. Section 3. The life you build is the legacy you leave. If you want to be proud of your ending, start earning it today. Not by talking, not by dreaming out loud, but by living with intention so loud it echoes in silence. There's no value in being known for what you said you'd do. Be remembered for what you became. At the end of your life, you won't be counting likes. You'll be measuring moments of courage, growth, and truth. Did you show up fully? Did you stretch beyond comfort? Did you leave it all on the field? You may not control the timing or the terrain, but you always control your response. That's your superpower. Your thoughts, your actions, your intensity. So ask yourself, with brutal honesty, what kind of life are you building? And what are you willing to endure to build it? Time isn't waiting. And most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they lack total commitment. They live in limbo, suspended in a cycle of hesitation. One day, maybe, when things settle down. But you can't maybe your way to mastery. Trying is a backdoor escape from responsibility. There comes a moment where you don't try anymore. You decide. You go all in. Some of you have had the same dream for 5 years and have done nothing but talk about it. Every time you say later, you're gambling with time you'll never get back. And eventually, all the what-ifs become too lates. Opportunity doesn't wait at the door forever. It knocks, then it walks. And the harsh truth? Regret weighs more than discipline ever will. The sting of discipline lasts for minutes. The ache of regret can last for decades. It haunts you in the quiet moments, whispers to you at night, and reminds you that you were the only one who could have changed things. The only one in your way. That realization? It cuts deep. That's why you don't wait. Not for clarity, not for perfection, not for someone else's permission. Progress is born in motion. Move, even if your hands shake, even if you're not sure. The path becomes clear when your feet begin to move. And when you move, move with resolve. Build your foundation on discipline, not hype. Don't chase external validation. Become someone you respect when no one's watching. You don't need to be the most gifted. You just need to be the one who refuses to quit. The one who shows up again and again and again. There is power in becoming consistent, dangerous in becoming focused. You don't rise by accident. You rise because you decide not to fold, not to fade, not to break. You rise because you've made resilience your identity. And in that, you become unstoppable. Section 4. Rewrite the story. Reclaim the fire. People will question your ambition. They'll whisper doubts, roll their eyes, and expect you to fold under pressure. Let them. Their doubt is not your weight to carry. It's their limitation, not yours. Your mission is simple. Keep moving. You may not have chosen your starting line. You may have been handed setbacks, scars, and struggles, but you do choose your finish line. And every time life knocks you to the ground, it hands you a decision. Stay down or rise stronger. Pain isn't the enemy, it's the invitation. The real threat is surrender. When you're tempted to quit, remember the version of you who dared to believe this dream was possible. You owe them a comeback. Here's what separates the average from the elite. Most people want the prize, but they won't pay the price. That's where your edge is born. While others flinch, you stay focused. While they hit snooze, you're stacking small victories. Mornings, nights, weekends, it all counts. Every quiet choice is a brick in the life you're building. Because one day, you'll stand at a crossroads with 2 stories to tell. Either, I gave everything I had, or, I walked away when it got hard. Same world, same obstacles. What changes the outcome is mindset. What changes the story is how hard you're willing to fight for it. Be the one who doesn't wait for the storm to pass. Be the one who walks into it. Be the fire in a world that keeps choosing fear. You get one life, one shot to write something real. So don't waste it chasing someone else's definition of comfort. Don't play small when you were born to build something bold. Whatever it is you crave, strength, peace, freedom, meaning, it's waiting. But you've got to fight for it. Not with noise, but with effort. Not with hype, but with consistency. The version of you that you respect most, it's not a fantasy. It's just one disciplined choice away. One rep, one step, one more round, brick by brick. And if there's one truth you carry from here, let it be this. You are the only one who can stop you. Not your past, not your parents, not your paycheck, not your pain. Every wall in your mind was built by repetition. Stories you've told yourself so many times, they started to feel like truth. But repetition isn't reality. It's just a habit. And habits can be rewritten. So tear down the lies. Build something new. Speak power. Choose effort. Walk forward. This is your story now. Make it worth reading. Section 5. Change the story. Change everything you want freedom. Then rewrite the script you've been following. You want growth? Then stop repeating the same scene and expect a new ending. If you're tired of living a life you need to escape from, then stop surviving and start rebuilding. Reinvent yourself through action, not talk. Because it's not about how you feel about yourself. It's about what you do when those feelings try to hold you back. Show up when you're drained. Show up when you're doubting. Show up when everything in you says hide. And move forward anyway. That's where transformation begins. In the quiet grind, without applause, without motivation, just raw, relentless will. Forget talent. Forget luck. That's not what builds empires. What separates those who want from those who become is consistency. Resilience. That rare fire that refuses to dim. Most people want the rewards, but run from the requirements. They dream about the life, but dodge the discipline. They fall in love with the destination and ignore the road. But you build, brick by brick, day by day, with no crowd watching, no hand clapping. Just you, your grit, and a vision that burns in your chest like a storm waiting to break. And then one day, without warning, the shift happens. It's not dramatic. It's not cinematic. It's quiet. It's internal. You catch yourself standing stronger in the places you used to fall. You realize that pressure no longer breaks you. It sharpens you. That voice that used to stop you, you don't hear it the same anymore. It's there, but it doesn't lead. That's when you become dangerous. Not to others, but to the doubt that's lived in your head rent-free for years. Because now, you choose the narrative. You stop asking if you're ready, and you become the kind of person who moves anyway. But here's what no one prepares you for. Real change costs comfort. You'll outgrow circles. You'll outpace conversations. You'll become unrecognizable to those who knew the old you. That's okay. Let them misunderstand you. Let them go. Because the life you're building isn't made for the version of you that was content with staying small. You want different, then move different. And understand this. Before the world believes in who you're becoming, you have to. Say it out loud. This is who I am now. Say it before the evidence. Say it before the applause. Say it because change always starts on the inside. Then it echoes into everything you touch. Section 6. Earn the life. Own the fire. Your work ethic is more than routine. It's a reflection of how deeply you respect yourself. The way you train, the way you grind, the way you show up when it's hard. That's not just about discipline. That's about honor. Every drop of sweat, every rep you push through when your body begs to quit, becomes living proof that you're serious about the life you say you want. Yes, you'll get tired. Yes, you'll doubt yourself. And yes, you'll hit your limit. But that edge you keep hitting, that's not where the story ends. That's where the real story begins. Where growth is carved out of resistance, repetition, and refusal to back down. There's a voice inside you that knows. You've heard it, felt it. Not in the noise, but in the silence. In the stillness of the night when your excuses sleep and your truth starts whispering. That whisper is your potential, calling you out, telling you there's more in you, and there is. So stop waiting to be ready. Start building. Put your name on something that matters. Create a life that your future self will look back on with pride. Not perfection, but pride. Because perfect is a myth. But showing up when it's hard, that's real. Getting back up after failing, that's real. Choosing the hard path over the easy one, that's the life that makes you feel alive. Every day you get to choose. The direction, the intensity, the standard. So be honest. Are you done with who you've been? Are you ready to meet who you could become? Because no one's coming. No one's doing this for you. No one's showing up with a map and a miracle. This is your mountain to climb. And talking about change, that's easy. Dreaming about more, that's cheap. The only question that counts is this: what are you willing to leave behind to earn the life you keep saying you want? Because stepping into your next level demands a funeral for your old self. The version of you that snoozes alarms, that quits when it's uncomfortable, that hides behind distractions and blame. That version doesn't get to cross into the future you're building. Growth costs comfort. It costs ego. It costs the relationships that want you to stay the same. But what you gain? Peace, self-respect, purpose, fire. But it's not given. It's earned. Every single day. So step up, burn the script, and write a new one. With sweat, effort, and unshakable belief. Because no one can build it for you. But no one can stop you either. It all starts in the smallest moments. The invisible decisions. The quiet crossroads no one claps for. There's no spotlight, no fanfare. Just you and a choice. Bold or fight. These are the moments that define you. Not the big wins, not the loud successes, but the ones where it would have been so easy to stop. And you didn't. You pushed anyway. And without even realizing it, those tiny, painful, lonely choices begin to stack. One day, you look up, and you don't recognize the old version of yourself. The life you once called a dream. It's your reality now. Not because it showed up, but because you did. Again and again. Even when it hurt. Especially when it hurt. You don't have to master everything. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need to lock in on the right things and do them relentlessly. Wake up with a mission. Protect your mental space like it's sacred, because it is. Cut the noise, the drama, the mindless scrolling. Build habits that don't ask how you feel. They execute regardless. Discipline doesn't care if you're tired. Growth doesn't wait for you to be in the mood. The results will show up, but only if you do first. Life isn't pausing for your clarity. Time doesn't freeze for your confusion. You either get focused or get forgotten. And if you stumble, good. That means you were brave enough to try. That means you stepped into discomfort instead of running from it. The bruises, the scars, the stings of falling, they're proof you had the guts to show up. Failure is just feedback. It's a teacher, not a tombstone. You recalibrate, you rise, you go again. Forget chasing perfection. It's not real. What's real is grit. What's real is the refusal to back down when it gets hard and the courage to stay in the ring when most people walk away. That's what separates those who dream from those who do. So be the one who doesn't flinch. Be the one who looks at the life they've accepted and says, no more. Draw the line, set the standard, and decide, really decide, that you're done living small. Because once you commit with every fiber of your being, the game changes. Take a hard look at where you are right now. Everything in your life is a reflection of what you've tolerated, chosen, or ignored. That's the truth. But here's the power. Tomorrow starts now. Want a life that's good, great, legendary? Then stop talking and build it. Brick by brick, set by set, day by day.